a champion emerges, introducing Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Baptist minister. He was a leader in the civil rights movement. King fought for equality for all people. He believed in peace and non-violence. King was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He experienced segregation and racism. These experiences shaped his beliefs. King became a pastor in Montgomery, Alabama. He quickly became a leader. He organized protests and marches. He spoke out against injustice. King's work was important. He made people see the need for equality. He left a lasting legacy for future generations. Segregation was a way of life in the South. Black people had separate schools and restrooms. They had to sit in the back of buses. This system was unfair and unequal. In 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man. This act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. King became a leader of the boycott. The boycott lasted for over a year. Black people refused to ride the buses. This caused economic hardship for the bus company. It also drew national attention to the issue of segregation. The boycott was a success. In 1956, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation on buses was unconstitutional. This was a major victory for the civil rights movement. It showed the power of nonviolent protest. King faced opposition for his work. He was arrested many times. In 1963, he was jailed in Birmingham, Alabama. He had been protesting segregation. While in jail, King wrote a letter. He wrote it to a group of white clergymen. They had criticized his actions. King's letter became famous. In his letter, King defended his methods. He argued that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. He called for direct action to fight segregation. King's words resonated with people. His letter was published widely. It became a key text of the civil rights movement. It inspired many to join the fight for equality. King was a powerful speaker. He used his voice to inspire and to challenge. He spoke at churches, rallies, and marches. He shared his dream of a better future. In 1963, King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. He delivered it at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Hundreds of thousands of people gathered to hear him speak. King's speech was a masterpiece of oratory. He spoke of his dream of a world where his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His words moved the nation. The March on Washington was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. It helped to build support for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This law outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. King's vision extended beyond racial equality. He saw a connection between racism, poverty, and war. He believed all people deserved dignity and respect. King spoke out against poverty. He saw it as a form of violence. He believed everyone deserved a fair chance at a good life. He called for economic justice. King also opposed the Vietnam War. He saw it as a drain on resources. He believed those resources could be better spent on social programs. He called for peace and non-violence. King's message was clear. He believed in the inherent worth and dignity of all human beings. He challenged people to create a more just and peaceful world. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy continues to inspire. King's birthday is a national holiday in the United States. People around the world remember his message of peace and equality. King's work is not finished. We still face challenges of racism, poverty, and war. But his example gives us hope. It reminds us that change is possible. We honor King's legacy by continuing his work. We can strive to create a more just and equitable society for all. We can work to eradicate poverty and promote peace. King's message is timeless. It speaks to the best in humanity. It reminds us that we are all connected. We must treat each other with dignity and respect.